How to manage your money like the 1%. Everyone wants financial freedom, but very few people ever get it. Most Americans work for money their entire lives, paycheck to paycheck, bill to bill, and still wonder why they can't seem to get ahead. But the top 1%. They don't work for money. They make money work for them. And here's the truth, it's not because they're smarter, luckier, or born rich. It's because they play a different game. Today, you're going to learn how the 1% manage their money, and how you can start doing the same, no matter your income. 1. The rich think in assets, not paychecks. The average person asks, how much do I make a month? The 1% ask, how much do my assets make for me while I sleep? C. The middle class works for money. The wealthy build systems that create money automatically, investments, real estate, businesses, royalties, or dividends. They understand that your job can disappear overnight, but assets keep paying you long after you've stopped working. When they earn $1, they don't think about what they can buy, they think about what it can earn. So every time you make money, try this before spending, ask, can I turn this dollar into something that pays me back? That simple shift in mindset changes everything. 2. They treat their finances like a business. The wealthy don't wing it with their money. They track it. They analyze it. They manage it like a CEO manages a company. They know exactly what comes in, what goes out, and what's growing their wealth. They have budgets, investment plans, and clear goals. Most people treat their money emotionally, spending based on mood, stress, or impulse. The rich treat it logically, like numbers on a spreadsheet. When you treat your personal finances like a business, you start making decisions like a business owner, not a consumer. 3. They control lifestyle inflation. Here's where most people mess up. The moment they start making more money, they start spending more money. A bigger paycheck. Suddenly they need a bigger car. A bigger apartment. More stuff. The rich don't do that. They know that every extra dollar they don't spend today can multiply tomorrow. Warren Buffett still lives in the same house he bought in the 1950s. Not because he has to, but because he understands the value of delayed gratification. Financial freedom isn't about how much you make, it's about how much you keep and invest. 4. They use debt as a tool, not a trap. Most Americans use debt to buy things that lose value, cars, clothes, gadgets. The 1% use debt to buy things that make money. That's called leverage. They use other people's money to purchase income-producing assets, like properties, companies, or stocks, that generate more than the cost of the loan. Bad debt makes you poorer. Good debt makes you richer. So the next time you're about to borrow, ask yourself, will this debt make me money, or cost me money? 5. They build multiple streams of income. If you rely on one paycheck, you're one layoff away from disaster. The average millionaire has 7 streams of income, and that's not a coincidence. They diversify. They have their main job or business, but they also have side hustles, dividends, real estate, online income, royalties, or investments. Money flows from multiple directions, so if one stream dries up, the others keep flowing. You can start small. Even an extra $100 a month from a side hustle can be the seed for future wealth. 6. They invest in themselves first. Before they invest in stocks, crypto, or real estate, the wealthy invest in the one asset that always appreciates, themselves. They read. They learn. They take courses, attend seminars, find mentors, and upgrade their skills. Because they know this. Your knowledge determines your earning power. Most people spend thousands of dollars on entertainment every year. The rich spend that on education. And that's why their results look different. Every book, every lesson, every skill, it compounds over time, just like money. 7. They think long-term. The 1% play the long game. They don't chase get-rich-quick schemes. They understand that true wealth is built over decades, not days. When everyone else is trying to double their money overnight, the wealthy focus on consistent, steady growth. They think in 10-year plans, not 10-day results. That's why, when markets crash and people panic, they stay calm, and buy more. Because they know that time rewards patience, not panic. If you can think long-term, you've already joined the mindset of the 1%. 8. They control their emotions about money. The biggest difference between rich and poor isn't income, it's emotional control. When markets crash, average investors sell in fear. The rich, they buy more. When things get tough, most people panic. The rich stay strategic. They never let fear or greed make their decisions. Because emotions kill wealth faster than bad investments ever could. If you can stay calm when everyone else is losing their mind, you'll come out ahead. Always. 9. They surround themselves with winners. You've probably heard it, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. The 1% live by that. They surround themselves with people who talk about ideas, opportunities, investments, and growth, not gossip or complaints. They build networks of other driven, smart people who help them level up. If your circle isn't talking about goals, money, or growth, it's time to find a new circle. Your environment shapes your mindset, and your mindset shapes your wealth. 10. They have a vision. Finally, the richest people don't just chase money, they chase freedom and purpose. They have a reason behind the wealth. They want security for their families, the ability to choose how they spend their time, or the freedom to create something meaningful. That's why their motivation never fades. They're not just building a bank balance, they're building a legacy. Here's the truth. You don't need to be a millionaire to start thinking like one. Start by tracking your spending. Save before you spend. Invest early and consistently. Buy assets, not liabilities. Keep learning. Stay patient. And most importantly, never let money control you. Because money isn't the goal, freedom is. You can live like the 1% not by copying their wealth, but by copying their mindset. Every decision you make with your money, no matter how small, can move you closer to financial freedom. So start today. Make your money work for you. And one day, you'll wake up realizing you didn't just survive the system, you mastered it.